This is your AESH Energy News Minute for Tuesday, August 23, 2022, in mainstream news. CNBC reports, German energy giant RWE to burn extra coal as Russian gas supplies dwindle. The chief financial officer of German energy firm RWE told CNBC Thursday that it will burn more coal in the short term, but insists its plans to be carbon neutral in the future remain in place. Michael Mueller's comments come as European countries scramble to shore up energy supplies as the war in Ukraine continues. Russia was the biggest supplier of both petroleum oils and natural gas to the EU last year, according to Eurostat. It has significantly reduced flows of natural gas to Europe after Western nations imposed sanctions on the Kremlin as a result of its unprovoked invasion of Ukraine. Bloomberg headline, Power crunch in Sichuan adds to industry's woes in China. The Chinese province of Sichuan extended industrial power cuts and activated its highest emergency response on Sunday to deal with extremely outstanding electricity supply deficiencies, adding to manufacturers' woes in the region as they shut down factories. Blistering temperatures and scant rainfall since July, along with surging demand for air conditioning, have caused gaps in power supply, the southwestern province said in a statement on Sunday. The Financial Times reports, UK industry braced for bleak winter as soaring energy costs threaten closures. Wall Street Journal headline, Private equity firms with oil and gas-focused defend sector as investment drops. Some private equity firms that back oil and gas businesses are becoming increasingly vocal about the role the sector can play as the world shifts to cleaner energy, and they are using the current energy crisis to make their point. Energy-focused firms including NGP Energy Capital Management, Pickering Energy Partners and Quantum Energy Partners have been sending articles, reports and presentations to investors highlighting the importance of oil and natural gas during the transition to renewables. The effort comes as investors continue putting less money into fossil fuels. Forbes headline, Biden signs climate bill, how long-range EVs work and defeating forever chemicals. After months of negotiations, Tuesday saw President Joe Biden sign into law a sweeping bill related to climate, healthcare and taxes. The bill calls for $369 billion in spending on climate and energy programs, as well as providing a variety of tax incentives geared towards renewable energy production. All of the spending and tax provisions are in service to a goal of cutting U.S. climate emissions by 40% before the end of the decade. The bill is expected to be a boon for a variety of industries, including green hydrogen. BBC reports, nationalized energy should be an option, says Sturgeon. Nicola Sturgeon has said renationalizing energy companies should be on the table to tackle the crisis caused by rising power costs. Scotland's First Minister warned a looming disaster was set to get worse if the next household energy price cap rise comes into effect in October. Ms. Sturgeon said Ofgem's next increase, to be announced on Friday, should not be allowed to go ahead. The UK government said struggling households will receive some support. EnergyLiveNews.com reports, Boris Johnson approves funding for Sizewell C nuclear plant. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has reportedly approved funding for a new nuclear power station at Sizewell in Suffolk. The financial package will support the construction of 2 new reactors at Sizewell C, which will generate 3.2 gigawatt of electricity. That's enough to provide 7% of the UK's power needs, equivalent to powering around 6 million homes annually. It is also expected to enable private funding of between £20 billion and £30 billion to be raised. The latest reports come just weeks before Mr. Johnson's successor takes office and has reportedly triggered concerns among senior allies of frontrunner Liz Truss over the financial decision. PowerGrid.com reports, Sweden presents plan to tackle high winter power bills. Sweden's government said on August 17 that it wants to pass legislation forcing the country's public power transmission network operator to help alleviate this winter's expected high electricity bills for Swedish households and businesses. Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson, whose Social Democratic minority government faces parliamentary elections next month, said the proposal would cost Svenska Kraftnät at least 30 billion kroner, $2.9 billion. She said the public utility responsible for ensuring Sweden's electricity transmission system would get the funds from the 60 billion kroner it received from revenues from congestion in the electricity grid. This has been your AESH Energy News Minute for Tuesday, August 23, 2022. If you want more global energy news and real-time alerts, hit the subscribe button now and follow us on social media.